In this video, we'll be going over the accounts. Under the accounts, we have the account lists. This is where you set up the structure of your GL accounts. From here, we have different revenue types. We have the accounts payable, we have the accounts receivable, we have the bank, we have cash, and several other ones. You can use this button here to add a new account. Click on the button. From here, you define the account code, the account type, the name of the account, description, and then we have the bill item category. This is the grouping of items in the invoice. You can set it up under the app customization. We've already discussed that in the administration module. Then I'll cancel this. Over here, we have the move money. From here, you can use it to transfer money between two accounts. For example, you can move money from the cash account into the bank account. Define the amount and the notes, and then you can add. Next, we have the trial balance. From here, your total credits and your debits must balance. You can filter this by month and select a specific month. You can also export it as Excel. Next, under the accounts, we have journal entries. This is one of the ways to make an entry into the GL account. To add a new one, you can click on the Add New button. From here, you can define the dates and the reference number. Select the accounts you want to make an entry for. Add a description, and then enter either a debit or a credit. You can add the corresponding debits or credit entry. You can add as many as you want by using this button to add a new line. At the end of your journal entry, your debit and your credit must be balanced, and then you can add. After you've added, the person with the access can either edit, approve, or delete an entry from here. And once an entry is approved, it will reflect in the corresponding GL account. Next, we have the record payment. These are payment postings from cashiers in different pay points, usually payments of services or deposits for future services. You can filter the pay points from here, select a specific pay point. You'll only see the pay point you have access to. You can add a payment. You can mark an entry as paid. You can view payments. You can print the selected entry. You can add cash deposits, and you can add a deposit refund. You can also go on further to filter it down, based on HMO, and it will streamline the outstanding bills. Next, we have the expense. This is where you record the different expenses under specific headings. You can use this button to add a new expense. Here you can add the dates. You can add the description of the expenses. You can select the user from here, enter the amount, and then the receipts of the expenses. So from here you can see the few ones that were added, fuel for generator, and traveling cost. When an expense is added, the person with the administrative privilege can edit, delete, or approve it. Once an expense is approved, you can only view it. You can no longer edit or delete it. Next, we have bills payable. This is where you can generate bills for vendors and consultants of the hospital or clinic. You can use this button to see the ones that are pending approval. Currently, there is no one pending approval. Let's use this button to add a new bill. You can add the date, add a reference number, select the client. Let's select this person. Then add bill items. You can add as many bill items as you want with this button. Let's say cutting wool for $5,000, and then we add. It's now showing under pending approval. The person with the access to approve will be able to see this button. You can edit, approve, or delete. So let's approve this bill. You can see the details, the date, the reference number, and who it's billed to. You can see the items, select Approve, Accounts payable. The purchase or inventory GL account. We select the general expenditure. You can add a comment here and save. It's now showing under here. Next, we have Make Payments. After the bills have been approved, they will show up here. From here, you can record the payment by selecting the GL account. So let's record this payment. You can see the dates, the amount, and the amount paid. You can select the GL account you're paying from. Let's select the bank. And then you can add comments and save. So these payments have been approved and recorded. Next, let's talk about the asset register. This is where you have the record of your assets. You can view all, or you can view sold or disposed assets. To add a new asset, you can click on this button to add new. From here, you can define the asset name, the number, the asset type, serial number. You can add the details of the assets in the organization, including details of depreciation, and then you can add. When you have the list of your assets, you can see the number, the asset type, the purchase date, and the price. You can also export them as Excel. Currently, there are no recorded assets on the system. Next, we will talk about the payment method. These are different payment methods. You can select any one of them, edit, or delete. You can also add a new payment method. From here, you add the name of the payment method. Select the store that will be making use of this for the payment. And then the GL account, where the money for the payments will go. So you can see we have POS, which goes into the POS transaction account. We have cash, which goes into the cash account. Next, we have the accounting year. From here, you can create an accounting year based on how the organization's accounting system is set up. An accounting year can start from January, March, or any month of the year the organization uses. You can use this button here to add a new accounting year. Select the title, the start date, and the end date. You can also use this button here to edit, delete, or close an accounting year. Finally, under the accounts, we have reports. For the reports, we have 3 standard accounting reports. We have the trial balance, we have the profit and loss, and we have the balance sheet. These are used for audit purposes. Any one of them you open, you will be able to perform the task related to the report you are working with.